So 3 copies. And then 3 cards back to hand. Let's get Blitz. We're gonna get some shocks as well. Okay, shock. And then another shock. And we will get Essence Scatter. Hey, how's it going, everybody? My name is Dan. I'm the MTG Engineer, and welcome to another Magic the Gathering Arena gameplay video. We got another spicy one for you today. This one comes to us courtesy of my buddy Jim over at the YouTube channel Hobbies and Happiness. If you are into World of Warcraft, check out his channel. I will link it like up wherever it is. Up here somewhere? Yeah, way up there. And I'll also link his channel down in the description as well. Check him out. Great guy, Jim, a real good friend of mine. He's been a friend since I started playing Magic, actually. So yeah, check out his channel. But this is that's where I got this deck from. So, and the deck list calling it a Double Vision Overloaded. I've seen this deck run around. I've seen it in the ladder and the play queue a bit, not a lot, but I've seen it enough to be somewhat familiar with it. So the main game plan of the deck is to get down Double Vision. All right, Double Vision is basically a spell doubler, right? So essentially what it does is when it's on the field, it copies the first spell cast each turn. All right, so the first spell that you cast every turn, you will get a copy of it off of Double Vision. All right, so if you have Double Vision down, you cast a shock, for instance, you'll get 2 copies. Well, not 2 copies, but you'll get 2 total. You get 2 different interactions, I guess, of the card. All right, so you basically, instead of dealing 2, you'll deal a total of 4 damage. All right, so you get an additional copy off of each instance of Double Vision. So that is game plan number 1. Number 1 is get down Double Vision. How do you win? Well, in the deck, there are a total of 2, count them, 2 different cards that you can actually do direct damage with to the opponent. Those are number 1, like I said, shock. The other card is your big card number 2, Experimental Overload. All right, Experimental Overload, if you're not familiar with it, which I was not when I first saw this deck, it's a sorcery, and then it costs 2 and is it, so 2 a white, 2 a blue and a red, and reads create an XX blue and red weird creature token, where X is the number of instant and sorcery cards in your graveyard. Then you may return an instant or sorcery card from your graveyard to your hand, and then exile Experimental Overload. So, the game plan, again, as we said, you get down Double Vision, number 1. Number 2, you cast Experimental Overload, and then you get a lot of big tokens on the field. So Experimental Overload is a good card. However, if you just cast Experimental Overload at face value, and let's say you have 5 instants in your graveyard, all right? So you have 5 instants and sorceries. So for 4 mana, you get a 5/5, and then you get a card back to your hand. That's nice. Like that's nice and all. But when you start copying that, that's when you can really take over the game. So, I mean, there's been a lot of instances where I've actually been playing against this deck, and my opponent casts the Overload, gets a 5/5 or 6/6 or whatever, then gets a counter spell or something back to your hand. While that is nice, a 1 token is very easy to either counter or get rid of. But if you have 3 or 4 tokens that are 2020s, 1919s, 1818s, that becomes a lot more difficult. Now, yes, we do have Extinction Event in the format. So you can counter Extinction Event. Or, I mean, you have ways of dealing with your opponents trying to get rid of your tokens. So I think a deck like this is really the way you want to go, is not just cast Experimental Overload once. Because, again, you only have 4 copies of it. And actually, in this deck, we're only running 3 copies. Okay, So if you use each instance just to get one token, you're not going to go very far with this deck in particular. Okay? Because again, your experimental overload, if you can, again, you just get a 5/5 or a 6/6 and then your opponent deals with it. Okay, now what? I mean, that's your game plan. Your entire game plan is get a lot of big tokens and then deal damage that way, because that's the only way you can deal damage to your opponent is with experimental overload, and then, like we said before, shock. Everything else is basically a tempo play and getting control of the board. Okay, so we've got ops for cantrips, again, getting instant sources into the yard and then getting what we need on our hand. 3 stern dismissals, again, controlling the board. As we mentioned before, we've got shocks, 2 essence scatters, again, controlling the board. Frantic inventory, a fantastic draw piece, especially for a deck like this. We're drawing 1 card once, and then 2 cards, and 3 cards, and 4 cards. And then when we're copying it, we're drawing more and more and more cards. So Frantic Inventory is a fantastic piece for this deck. Bullets of the Thunder Raptor, amazing, amazing removal, especially when we're copying it. Because again, we're not just destroying our opponent's stuff and sending them to the yard, we are exiling them. And then again, when you have Blitz for 14 or 15, that's really, really tough to deal with. Thassa's Intervention, 4 copies of Thassa's Intervention. Again, very, very versatile. A counter spell as well as a potential draw piece. 3 Shatter Skull Smashings, 2 Valakut Awakenings, 4 Storm's Wrath for, again, AoE basically type of removal. Already went over 3 experimental overloads, and then the main piece, 4 double visions. So our mana base, we have 1 Castle Vantress, 5 islands, 6 mountains, 4 Lava Glide and River Glide pathways, and then 4 Temple of Epiphanies. So that's the deck. This is fun. It's a fun, spell slinging storm type of deck. And honestly, this deck is a lot of fun. Thanks, Jim. I appreciate the deck. And you know what? Let's get in some games and let me know what you think. So yeah, let's just get into it. I'm going to stop talking and let's just get right into the deck. So, all right, let's get in some games and I will see you all in the next video. All right, see you, everybody. All right, so we are on the draw. Yeah, I mean, I think I like this opening hand. I think we'll keep this. All right, so we see a forest, Gilded Goose. Okay. All right, so we're going to be off to a little bit of a slower start here. Storm's Wrath. We already have 1 in hand. I think we're going to bottom that one. Let's see what our opponent does. Trail of Crumbs. All right, so mono green food. All right, so I think I'm kind of favored here in this matchup. But we'll see how it ends up turning out. All right, so I think I just hold on to the Awakening here. Yeah, let's hold on to the Awakening and not use it as a land. With all the draw that we have in this deck, I can very easily draw into another untapped land. All right, another forest. No wolf. And all right, so let's inventory, frantic inventory here. See what we draw into. Okay, another stern dismissal. Another stern. All right, so we have 3 stern dismissals in hand. Do we want another blue source or a red source at the moment? Let's go blue. I think Thassa's Intervention is the only double blue source that we have. Now we can also Valakut Awakening. Getting rid of a couple of these, and even Thassa's Intervention if we think it's necessary. Got a food token, sure. Alright. Alright, so it's 4 forests. Love Struck Beast. Sure. Alright, so we can get rid of the 1/1 token. Alright, so let us... We're going to Valakut Awakening. For some reason I thought it was their end set, but that's not where we are. That's fine. 1, 2... I don't need an overload right now. Storm's Wrath we'll hold on to, and we will also get rid of Intervention. So we'll draw 5. And we still don't draw into an untapped land other than Shatter Skull Smashing. Do we need the untapped land here? I mean, if we do, we can then Storm's Wrath. Let's actually do that. They can't do anything else. Alright, so we might end up taking 5 here. Alright, Great Henge, sure. Alright, so, okay, a land. We're going to hang on to that. We're going to keep that there. Because I need to be hitting my land drops here. Alright, so let's see what our opponent does. We can Stern Dismissal, the Great Henge, Crawling Barrens, okay. Alright, so we're on their end step. Oh, it's my fault. I can't do anything with a henge. It's an artifact. Stern Dismissal can do enchantments. Alright, well, honestly, I need a land here, which we did know about. Land. We have double red. Alright. Okay, so double vision is fine. We're going to do that. Okay. So holding that up for next turn is going to be good here. Okay. Alright. So this will be nice. If they... If they make Crawling Barrens a creature on their turn, we can Stern Dismissal, doubling it, returning Crawling Barrens, and something else. Okay. Goes to my opponent's turn. Okay, Mammoth, sure. Sure. Okay, that's fine. You're not going to get a 1/1 though for Lovestruck Beast. Witch's Oven. Okay. You got it. Pass to attackers. Okay. What are we going to do here? Alright, so we can Storm's Wrath next turn. So let's Shock to the face. Okay, another double vision is good. Okay, so having 2 up for Essence Scatter is good as well. Mm-hmm. Yep, they can do that, sure. but they can only do it once. Okay, Trail of Crumbs, you got it. Okay. Alright, end turn. Trail of Crumbs again, sure. Okay. Okay, Bonner's Enclave for more draw. You got it. They don't have enough mana. Pass. Turn you. Number 1. And then we will also return a Trail of Crumbs. I still have one other thing to get on the stack here. Okay, they can activate one of them. Another one. Okay, sure. And we will target a Trail of Crumbs, excuse me. Number 1, and then Crawling Barrens. Do they sack it to the Witch's Oven? They do not. Goes to hand. Okay, so another double vision. Yep, let's get it down. Alright, so I can't do anything this turn. Alright, well, they can attack with it. Okay, that's good. Sure. Okay, so they have... Okay, yep, Wicked Wolf, sure. You got it. Not really concerned about their life total right now. You got it. Alright, Frantic Inventory. Good. So 2, 4. Alright, so we have 6 mana. So we will pass here. Alright, so just so we can get value, more value out of this, we're going to cast Frantic Inventory now. Okay, Experimental Overload. That's good. Alright, so what we can do, I'm not going to cast this right now. We're going to hang on to it. Let's do another blue is fine. Alright. We're going to hold up Intervention. I'm going to have to discard 8 cards. So let's get rid of... We'll get rid of Valakut Awakening. That way we can have another instant in our graveyard. Okay, sure. Lovestruck Beast. Get a 1/1. Okay, sure. Alright, so in order to do that, the best way I think to do that is going to be like this. Do we even care about that? Like, that's the question. We're gonna do this. Let's Frantic Inventory. Double it all up. Draw a bunch of cards. Draw 4 more. Alright, so we have a bunch of cards in the yard. That... Oh, whoops. That's okay. That's fine, actually. Sure. Alright, so pass. Alright, so now shock here. Activate your oven, sure. Yep, that's fine. We've got plenty of food here, so I'm not going to worry about targeting the Wicked Wolf with anything. So let's blitz to the Love-Struck Beast. They just have 6 food. Yeah. Alright, so now we will go experimental overload. Get 3 copies. Or 2 copies, excuse me. And then what are we going to return? Let's return... We'll return a blitz. We have 25 cards in the library. And now we will return a frantic inventory for draw. And now we will return a shock. Okay. Alright, so now we will just pass the turn. End the turn. We're gonna have to draw a bunch of... We're gonna have to discard a lot of cards here. Sure. Can do that. Charge up your crawling barons. You got it. Discard. 1. Hang on to that. Discard. No. I want that. I don't. Alright, come on. Thassa's Intervention. Another land. That's fine. Don't really need a Thassa's Intervention. Another one. Shatter Skull Smashing. Another one we can get rid of. And what else? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, man. We'll get rid of another opt. What else? I don't really need another double vision, but it's kind of nice to hold on to. So I'll get rid of a Temple of Epiphany. And we will get rid of... What else? What else? You know what? Just get rid of a shock. No, hang on to the shock. Get rid of a blitz. Because we still have another experimental overload in hand. Okay. So we have 4 mana open. Sure. Yeah, I mean, you can make him indestructible. And then activate your Trail of Crumbs. Sure. You can only make him a 9/9. Alright, so there's a Mammoth. Sure. Activate another Trail of Crumbs for a castle. Sure. Activate another one for there's your Feasting Troll King. You got it. Now he has 3, 4, 5, 6. Once he gets to the graveyard, then he can activate his ability to return him to the yard. I think I want to do that because that way... Actually, I think it's just... Okay. Yeah. He's not going to get more food tokens this way. So he's already got that counter. Alright, so that all resolves. Let's see if he... Okay. So he has... Okay, so he's already played the castle. Sure. So he's already played the castle, so he can activate that. Actually, he can't activate it now. He can't activate it this turn because he needs 2 green. He needs 2 other green sources of mana, which he does not have at the moment. So my opponent needs to play another land. They are They are digging right now. Sure. Never mind. They have their great henge. That's correct. I forgot about that. So the big thing right now is Witch's Oven. Like, that's the big thing. Alright, so there's Wicked Wolf. Interesting that they're playing the Wicked Wolf now and not the Troll King. Yep. 4. Alright, so before they activate that, alright, so triggers all on the stack. Alright, so we're going to see if this works here. So I get 2 copies of that. Now, while those are on the stack, I have not made any targets. Let's see if they activate again, which they do. Okay, so that's 1. Sure. Trail of Crumbs. You have 1 mana left. Okay. Okay, resolves. Which you cannot pay for. Cannot pay for. And now we will do this. Let's opt. Let's see if we get into another one here. Nope. Bottom. Alright, doesn't matter anymore. Alright, so they are now... Alright, so they'll be able to take care of 1. But this Wicked Wolf is tapped. I still have 2 other double vision triggers. Sure, you can do that. No Trail of Crumbs. Okay. So this Wicked Wolf will take care of this token. We take care of this 1/1 token with copy number 1. And then, sure, they can sack the Witch's Oven. Sure, that's fine. Okay. Now here. They have 1 food token left over. Sure. Sure. And resolves. And now it fights. Sure. Okay. My turn. Perfect. 21 cards left in the library. My opponent is completely tapped out with 1 food token. So, first things first. Get in with my 2 giant tokens. Opponent down to 19. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. So now what we shall do is we have 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We have 9 mana. So we can double vision. Here's what I think we do. I think we hold on to my other double visions. We're going to do this. 1. We get 2 copies. Yep, you can't do anything with it. But now I have you using those. Hang on, that goes there. This one, I guess, just goes here. All right, so now we will just do this because then I still have 2. I still have 2. All right, so we are gonna get back a shock. All right, so we didn't get a copy of that, but that's fine. All right, pass. We still have Essence Scatter. Alright, Feasting Troll King on the stack. So, first things first. We are going to get a couple triggers of shock on the stack, keeping my opponent's life total down. Copy 1, copy 2. And 3rd. Okay, now we essence scatter. Okay. Now they could very well have another one. So what we need, still don't have a Wicked Wolf. Sure. Get another one. Thrashing Brontodon? Sure. Which you can't pay for at the moment. My opponent cannot pay for that. So what I need now, I have my other 2 double visions in hand. Okay, Essence Scatter, that's good. Alright, so they have got. Alright, well I think that's game, so Shatter Skull Smashing. Yeah, this should be game. This very, very much should be game. So we have 1, 2, and then we're just gonna put everything into it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 10 Shatter Skull Smashing. X is 8. We're gonna go here, here. 8, 8. Sure. Submit. Now we have 2 copies. Now, regardless, if they sacrifice one of them, they're gonna have to tap both of the Wicked Wolves. They're both gonna have to be tapped if they want to make them indestructible. Yep, good game. My opponent sees it. So they either concede now or we just go through it. Yep, good game. Good game, good game. All right, this hand is fine. We've got 3 lands on the draw. This is fine. With a scry land and an opt, yeah, I feel good about this hand. Oh, joy. Joy, joy, joy. All right, so I'm going to have to take every single chance I can get to get ahead here. My opponent mulliganed. Oops. Okay. Shock. Okay. Mill 2. Sure. Alright, let's temple. No. I take that back. Let's not temple. And. Okay. Okay. And Let's actually hang on to that. We're going to do this. Right? No. It's actually blitz. Yeah, let's just get rid of it. Okay. Okay, so this is good. Blue. Alright, opt. Okay, mountain is fine. Alright, shock, sure. Alright, so now we're good. Got 2 blue and 2 red. Hang on to... Let's actually get rid of that for now. 2. So let's draw 3. Okay. Yep, this is fine. Temple, sure. Mountain, don't need right now. And let's say go. Alright, so they are totally stuck on lands at the moment. Let's intervention. X is 2. 1, 2. Okay, temple again. Alright, so we land. I'm fine with that for now. Okay. Merfolk Windrobber. Sure. 9 cards in the graveyard. Alright, so let us opt. That way we can draw the land. We're going to leave the Windrobber alone. That's fine. We're going to cast it now. Okay. Alright, double vision. I do not want to cast right now because that is going to get countered. I'm going to do this. Yeah, I guarantee double vision is going to get countered. I gotta pick my spots here. So here, we'll do this now. Oh, okay. So we're gonna let that. All right. So that's fine. Yeah, I could have, but... And we're gonna do it again. Let's see. I'm surprised they didn't sack it to draw. 7. I think they have 8 cards in hand. Yep, 8 cards in hand. So now they have to discard or cast it. And if they cast it now, which I think they can't do, I think they lost their priority in order to be able to cast it. So now they have to discard. And they just discarded it. Okay. Yeah, I'm just waiting. I'm waiting to cast that. Three, 4, 5, 6, 7. We have 8. Just waiting for an opportunity. I'm waiting for Drawn in the lock. Because I know they have it. I know they have it. I know they have John in the lock, so Soaring Thought Thief. Yeah, let's try and essence scatter that. Okay, so now I can actually drop it. We're gonna hang on to that. I mean, if they have okay, they got nothing. Now they got a discard. I mean, they are stuck on 3 lands. Alright, what are you going to do, opponent? Alright, so they discard a Heartless Act. Okay. And we're going to cast another one. Perfect. Alright, so this is a good start. Okay. We need draw. I need draw pretty bad. Experimental Overload would be perfect. Now that I'm copying everything, I'm copying each spell, the first spell each turn. In a really, really, really good spot here. Okay. Land. Don't really like it. We're just going to hold on to it. Don't really need to cast to play my land right now. Opponent has 8 cards. Alright, so there's into the story. Sure. Now they got a discard. They need to... They just... No, they did not just... Okay, there's their land for turn. Okay, Agademes. Sure. But the fact that I have 2 double visions, I'm in a really good spot here. Now, obviously, I have nothing in hand. Nothing in hand. But I'm still in a good spot. Another double vision. Alright, well, we're going to cast it. Okay. Again, good spot. But I need action. I need action. I need to draw some action here. Okay. Sure, that's fine. Blitz. We're going to hang on to Storm's Wrath. So Shatter Skull for X is 3. And then 3 copies. Submit. Submit 0, submit 0. And just hold on to that again. Pass. That's fine. Just wait. Don't cast that yet. Okay, so that's actually, that is fantastic. So we're gonna hold up 2. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. The 2 of them in your hand and the rest. 8. So we're gonna do X is 6. Copied 3 times. Okay, you go into the hand, and then you go into the hand. Land and an essence scatter. No, frantic inventory for some draw. More draw. Stern dismissal and Thassa's intervention. You and you. Okay. Alright, move to combat on my turn. Alright, so we are going to discard. What are we going to discard here? Hold on to Storm's Wrath. Got some experimental overloads. Get rid of... Hold on to the land. Opt. We have 2 blitzes. Let's actually get rid of Thassa's Intervention. And then... Go ahead and get rid of Frantic Inventory. That's fine. Because again, with Experimental Overload, we can return those to hand. Okay. I mean, you can take... I'm fine with that. I'll take the 4. No. Let's shock. Three copies. Another one there. 2 more there. And the original is on the schedule here. Experimental Overload. 3 copies. 3 things back to hand. Shock. Intervention. Essence Scatter. And we'll get another shock. And say go. Discard 2. Island. Stern dismissal. Okay, go ahead. Yep. Extinction event. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. But I want 2 left over. Actually, let's do it like this. Shock. Let's get a bunch of copies of shock. No. Oh, darn it. That's fine. Yep. 4, 6, 8. Okay, shock still. So extinction event 1, 2, 3, 4. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. X is 4. Counter. If they counter this, then fine. They could have another one, which is also fine. Yep. We got it. Sweet. All right. Finally.